No.
Okay,
You
there we
got
go.
it.
There we go. So yeah, this is all. I told Garrett that he might as well not come to the meeting or Zoom in because he's still out in wherever they live.
Montana, or Wyoming.
Is it Montana or Wyoming?
I think it's
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
Aren't those two states the same? I think they're the same. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
They're very windy and cold in the winter.
that's for true. This is true.
There you go. Yeah, well, it could hardly be windier and colder than it is here, and that it's going to get in the next couple days.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it could. Oh yeah, it could.
Yeah. It could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll take your word for it. So we are here. We have a quorum. This is February 1st, 2023. And can we approve the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
Everybody okay with them?
So moved.
Ooh,
Second.
okay, and everybody in favor?
Yes.
Okay. We're good on that. I only have a couple things here because, I cleared the meeting for that other stuff. Oh, there is one thing I want to bring up. But anyway, 56 Wendell Road, Greg Steve's place.
Yes.
Progress is being made.
Good.
Apparently, they have the demolition company and the insurance company have come to terms.
Mhm.
And so they're in the process of actually setting the date for the demo. The electric company has promised to turn the temporary power back on, which never should have been turned off in the first place. And because of the storm, they were unable to give him a firm date, but he's confident that it will be in time. And so more than ever, he feels it's going to happen by spring.
Okay.
Good news.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good news.
Yeah, I think we'll all be glad to see the end of that.
We sure
Yeah.
will.
So I put on the agenda 70 Cooleyville Road. That's a disposal works construction permit, but it hasn't been, I don't think it's been reviewed yet, and it's not urgent because there's a request for determination to Concom, and they're not even going to talk about it until March 9th, I think. So let's just put that off till
Is it a repair?
It is a repair.
Okay.
It is a repair, although somebody said something about when they went to do a Title V, they couldn't find a system. So God knows what is there. But
What they're repairing, huh?
yeah, but there's a house.
Okay.
There's a house there, and it needs a septic system, so that
Okay.
counts as a repair.
Okay.
And really, the only other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit is I have a thought that I don't want to go into any detail about how we could move forward on the Jewish cemetery question without having to wait for the survey, because I'm starting to despair of that survey. And what I would like to do is put that on our agenda for next time and inform all of the abutters that we're going to be discussing this and hope to decide something about, make some decisions about what they can and can't do at the Jewish cemetery. Does that seem appropriate to you guys?
I think it's an excellent idea.
Sure. I'm in favor.
Okay.
But how can you proceed and make decisions without that formal documentation that they've been asked to submit? Wouldn't that seem like then they could go back and say, you can't decide, we didn't do our part yet?
Well, here's my thought. I mean, this has been dragging on for a long time, and I'm kind of getting tired of it. My thought is that we can say, in the absence of actual determination of distances, the distance, the setback that we choose would be from the property line. Right. So even if they can't go on other people's property, they can get a survey of their own property line and have and have that. And for the abutters across the street, it would be the property line between the house and the road, not between the cemetery and the road. You see what I mean? And so it would be that, or else have an actual hard surveyed location of the wells. So it would be in their advantage to get the location of the wells, because that would give them more space, assuming that we even permit this. But it wouldn't prevent them from doing things, assuming that we permit this.
And the them is the cemetery
Yes.
commission.
Yeah,
JCA.
thanks for
JCA.
asking that. That was confusing to me too. They meaning the abutters, or they mean JCA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, so it's definitely to their disadvantage to do
The
that.
J-
The property line is certainly closer than the wellhead.
Right.
Exactly. And I was thinking of putting it as an unless and until. So if
Yeah.
they can get started on things with, it's always assuming we approve it, using the property line. And then if they later manage to get the actual surveyed location of a well, then they would have that much more.
It was so ago now, but when we first had Sam at the meeting, even the property line was in dispute. Isn't that true?
Possibly. It's possibly true. Yeah.
And I
However,
was
it was-
just going to ask something that relates to that, and that
Okay.
is that how is that property line determined if no one's done a survey?
Well, the thing is, they could go ahead and do a survey, even
They
with
meaning JCA? They meaning
JCA are the
abutter.
ones doing the survey,
Yeah,
nobody else.
right. Okay.
And that survey could be done even just for the perimeter of the cemetery itself,
Mhm.
right? They
Mhm.
wouldn't. I mean, I believe they have permission on the east side, and I think they have permission on the west side. It's the ones across the street they're having a problem with. But those, I mean, if we take it from the property line, those should not be a big problem. So I think that what's holding up the survey is getting permission from all of the abutters. And
Okay.
this would be a way around that, so that they can go ahead and do a survey, even if they can't get all the permissions that they're looking for. And we can finally make a decision on this and be done with it.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, I see your point.
Mhm.
So it's not a meeting I'm looking forward to having, but I think we need to do it. And I think we need to do it soon, because as Chris was saying at the meeting last time, there's no decisions being made and they're still burying people. And it looks like a lot of foot dragging, not only on our part, but on JCA's part. And so we need to take action.
Yeah.
So I will send letters to the abutters,
All right.
and of course to JCA.
Okay.
And Kat, if you're done with that, are you?
Yes.
Do
you have
you
more
not
questions?
want to say, no, I just wondered, do you not want to say anything about, why the meeting was canceled, or the agenda for tonight, the main agenda, or,
Well, Arlene and I talked about it a little bit offline. All I want to say on the record is that there was some confusion about the interaction between the PHE and the district, and that's what's holding this up. But that meeting is certain to be rescheduled for probably not in February, but possibly in March. Arlene, would you remind me of when you're going to be away?
Mhm. February 27th through March 21st.
And is this a time when you would be unable to attend meetings?
There will be a very large time difference. And so I think that would be prohibitive, I think.
Okay,
And Kat, just to make it simple, add another week to that, the 28th, because I'm away. You know, one or the other or both of us will be away almost that entire time.
okay. So basically the entire month of March, neither of you is available.
I could, I don't remember how many hours time difference there is between here and Hawaii, but I
It's about,
think,
it's either 5 or 6, depending on the time of year. I can't remember which
so,
one.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna wanna come to something in the middle of the day while I'm there, so
Right,
I think I'm gonna say no.
right. Okay, I will then, when time comes to reschedule this meeting, we'll have it in April. I mean, it'll just have to
Okay,
wait. Because I
Okay.
think it'd be better if we were all here.
okay.
Yeah, unless something happens quickly, before the last week in February.
Yeah. And once I get home, I'm not going to anywhere for a long time, so I'll be available.
Okay, very good. Okay, I don't have anything else. I don't know if you guys have
Good.
things you want to talk about or reports or,
Yeah,
Go ahead, Noreen.
no, I just have one thing. I think, Kat, do you know, I think I'm up for reelection.
Huh?
When does
I
that
think-
stuff come?
I
When
think,
does that
I
stuff
think
come
you
out?
are. I think you are.
And do tell us what you're thinking, Noreen.
You wouldn't leave us, would you? Right in
Thinking
the
lo-
middle of all this?
Tell us what you're thinking, Noreen.
I'm thinking I want to keep my marriage together for one thing.
Yes, I'm sure you do. We want you to also.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we can work something out. I want to, I'm excited about this, this new project and hoping everything works out. And I would like
Good.
to do my best to see that, get moving better. So
Yeah.
let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Of all times, I would really hate to lose you right now.
Mm.
Yes, ma'am, I hear you.
The only report I have is to let you all know that I am receiving virtually no reports of COVID anymore. I'm
Uh-huh.
I can't remember the last time I had a self-report. And it was maybe 2 weeks ago that I last learned something through Maven. So I still check every day, but there's really no reported activity. That's not a true representation of what's going on in town. I know that, but I think we're all, arriving at a place where we are living with this infection when it crops up, and it's not warranting the same level of reaction from public health as it has in the past.
Well, I
And
read that
Go ahead.
in May, the federal government is going to officially end the pandemic.
right, in May,
Yeah.
May
Mhm.
11th, actually. So what do
Hallelujah.
you make of cases not being reported on Maven?
I believe it is a matter of way fewer people are seeking PCR testing. The only report I've received recently was done at Bay State. And so it was a person who was, for unrelated reasons, admitted to the hospital. And they were tested there as a matter of course and happened to be positive. But I don't think there are very many elective PCRs going on.
And that's
People,
what gets
if they're
reported on
testing,
Maven.
they're doing home test. Yeah, the only thing that gets reported on Maven is PCRs. Excuse me, that's not true. Antigen tests are relayed through Maven if they're done in a clinical setting. but not at home, home. And so virtually everybody is using home testing as they should be.
Mhm.
And so I'm not seeing the PCR results nor the clinically done antigen results.
Is there anything that you think we should be telling the public?
Well, I think by now people know what they need to do. I am happy to, and I think we all do on our website have COVID related, like isolation and quarantine links to isolation and quarantine guidance. So the most I would say is, if perhaps in a town announce, if we want to say that should you test positive, please go to this link if you need a refresher on information about what you should be doing. And if you need to talk with someone, here's who to contact. And I'd be
That would
happy
be
to
you.
respond to them. Yeah.
Right, as long
Yeah.
as it's not in the month of March.
Well, I'll respond to people anyway. I mean, I
Oh,
check this
okay.
stuff every morning, wherever I am, and I'll get back to people.
Okay.
It's no problem.
Okay,
It's meetings that are a problem.
right, yeah.
Scheduled meetings, but if I can do something on my own time, I'm happy to get back to people.
Okay, great.
And, it's from Hawaii, it's still a phone call, right?
Mhm.
To people,
Right,
so.
right. Okay. Okay,
So. But so I think just a link to resources and a link to who to call if you still have questions or you can't access those resources.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's good to say that, Arlene, just given my own, family situation
Yeah,
that we talked about where, someone had a heart attack and then another person in the family got COVID. And so there
Right.
might have been some special questions given those
right. Like,
circumstances.
what should I
So,
do now? Yeah.
Yeah,
And Kat,
yeah.
I can send you a copy of the template letter that I have saved in email that I modify depending on the situation, but and I, sort of fill in the blanks with dates, but I can send you that template so you can see the kind of information that I do get back to people with.
okay, that
if you
would be good.
like. It would,
That would
and
be good, just so I'll know.
if anyone else would like to see, I can send it to you all if you like.
Yeah, I think
It's-
that's great. It's
Okay.
it's useful to have in our,
Yeah. Yeah.
repertoire.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm not desperate to be sending out messages. We've done enough of that, but
Right.
it sounds like a little
Well,
reminder that here's where the information is. It's still
Yes.
going on if you have questions.
Right. And I
Yeah,
don't,
just-
in that letter, I do not link people to our website, but rather I link them to DPH's
Correct, yeah.
web-based guidance and the CDC's web-based guidance. The CDC's has an isolation and quarantine calculators on it. So
Oh.
people can plug in dates and it will calculate for them what day
Oh,
they
that's
should be
cool. I
doing
should
what.
put a link to
So-
that specific thing on
Awesome. All right.
on the website.
Okay, when you see my template letter, you'll see those links. Okay.
Great, great,
Okay.
thank you. Okay, is there anything else that needs to come before us?
No.
Okay. Well, in
Okay.
that case, why don't we adjourn and
Okay.
I'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And
Okay.
Maureen, I hope everyone does well and Sammy recovers her energy after this ordeal. So,
Right, give
Thank
her,
you.
give her a big hug from us.
yes,
I will.
please.
I'll
Okay.
tell her. I will indeed. She had a special dinner tonight, so I think she's in there
Okay,
with her
good.
feet up.
Good.
Good.
Excellent.
Okay.
She's earned it.
Yeah,
All right.
indeed. Indeed.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you
Thanks, everyone.
guys.
All right.
Good night.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.